I know I said that I didn't have any more New York Fiber Trail videos except for the Albany one, but technically this one might be. I'm headed to a little fiber festival today. It's about 30 minutes south of Syracuse, where I live, and the list of vendors looks great. It's not a very long list. Is it silly of me to be heading to a small fiber festival 1 week before I head to three large ones? Yeah, probably, but it's cute, it's local. I want to check it out. One of the vendors is Knit Buffalo, which is a really cool concept, and it is one of the spaces on the bingo card that I haven't had filled in because it's a mobile yarn store. It's like a van that vends yarn, sort of like a food truck for yarn. So it's a really neat idea. I wanted to see it. I haven't been able to go to any of the events that Knit Buffalo are at this summer, and I haven't been able to just stop by anytime that they have open hours because I don't live in Buffalo. But since they're coming here, I thought it'd be a cool opportunity to check them out. And then there's a whole fiber festival around anyway, so I might as well just pop down and have a look. I'm not looking for anything in particular today because I've got my shopping list and my goals for Rhinebeck next week, which is going to be so much more of a selection, but it still might be nice to go have a look at what they have nearby today and, give you a little peek at what this small local yarn festival looks like. Let's go.
That was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I probably say every time I go to a yarn store or every time I go to a fiber festival, I'm like, that was so cute. I know I use the word cute too much, but truly, yarn is so cute that it's hard for me to come up with a better adjective. Anyway, this was so cute. Autumn in the Northeast is the vibe. I don't care who has anything else to say about it. Honestly, it's just so beautiful and it's so cozy. And this place was in the most bucolic setting and it was so pretty. And all of the vendors were very local. I was going around and looking at where the businesses are and asking the business owners, and they were coming from not far away at all. Some of them were just a few minutes down the road. And honestly, this is the move. Like, not that there's anything wrong with big yarn festivals or, large events where lots of people come from all corners of the country or the world or what have you to sell their wares. But there is just something so delightful about seeing what's from here. And I am so glad I went to this one. I was a little skeptical. I was like, maybe this is going to be so small. I won't even have anything to say. Should I even make a video about it? And truly, I think that this was one of the better fiber festivals I've been to, regardless of how small it is, because of how local the vendors were and how much everybody cared. It was in this small theater, and this is the fundraiser for the theater. They do this on an annual basis. You know, when you pay for your entry, it goes to the theater. There's a little raffle basket that the proceeds from that also go to the theater. And it was so cool just to see the way they had it set up was so unique and just like such a fun setting to do something so different. So, you know, downstairs is like the lobby area. They've got that all set up with vendors, and there was a few outside in tents or, you know, the Knit Buffalo truck. But when you go upstairs, they had backstage like areas too. They had the hallway with all the mirrors and the lights where the actors get ready and do their hair and makeup, and that was set up like a booth. And then when you turn the corner, you're in this backstage area, so it's all really tight and twisty turny, and there's more booths, and you can see some seats in the theater. And it was just such a unique yarn show, and honestly, I can't speak highly enough of it. This is why I travel, and this is why I look for things, because it's such a unique experience. And I'm just very, very happy about having seen this yarn festival today. So I took a lot of footage. I'm kind of testing a new format, you know, in preparation for going to Rhinebeck next week and all of the the festivals and everything I'm going to be doing there. I'm testing some new equipment and some ideas about videos, and I'm going to try to upload that one separately. We'll see what happens, but my idea is to do, in addition to my normal vlog and yarn haul situation, do a kind of walking tour, just take you with me. No commentary, just here's what it is, just in case you couldn't go. And I attempted to film that today, but there's definitely a learning curve to my new equipment, and I'm not entirely sure I did a very good job. So I might not upload this one. We'll see what happens. If I do, if you're subscribed, you'll get the notification about it. So subscribe to the channel. But if not, next week, I've got 4 of those coming. I will make it work for the big festivals next week. I did not buy very much today, and very little of what I bought was yarn. So like, that's a great big checkbox on my list of things that I'm planning to do next week, right? I talked about that in my Rhinebeck planning video. I'm nervous about going to so many yarn shopping situations, and I have a propensity to spend money on things that I like. So this one, there was a lot that I liked. There was a lot of beautiful artisanal, like finished objects as well. There was plenty of yarn and fiber and, you know, fleece and things like that. But what was really special about this one was that many of the vendors were selling artwork, specifically wool artwork largely, but other types as well. And it was just really refreshing to see that, like see people's creativity on display. Again, it was just such a nice, unique experience. And it's such a hyper local thing. It was really pretty to walk around and see stuff. At the Knit Buffalo truck, I bought some yarn, but I just bought minis. They had these minis on sale. I don't know how big they are. I don't even think that they're 10 grams. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I tried to pick fingering weight ones. It did look like there was different weights in the bin. And you guessed it, I just plan on using these in my granny stripe blanket. I love to pick up minis when I'm traveling or doing something special to be able to add to that. So I just picked a bunch of colorways that are pretty. I love this one. It reminds me of sprinkles, which if you don't love sprinkles, what are you doing? This is all the yarn I bought at this yarn festival. So I already think I'm a superhero. For my home, I purchased this very beautiful black walnut tray that just has these look like cabinet pulls or handles. I've been wanting a tray in the house lately, just for transporting tea around. Actually, I bought a teapot, like a proper teapot, and I made a tea cozy for it. And just like, I would like a tray to bring my mug and saucer and teapot on. So I just thought this was perfect, and it's so beautiful and so rustic, and it's unfinished wood, so it's something that I have to use oil on to keep it sealed and nice. But I know my husband will love this too. So this is just like a little piece for our home. But again, super local and just such a nice memory to think about the artisans that made this and the whole day I had. And then my third purchase, because that's right, I went to an entire fiber festival and made 3 purchases that truly were, you know, quite inexpensive overall. This one booth had a bunch of vintage notions and sewing supplies that were portioned into little baggies for sale. So these were all marked at $2 a piece. I just bought a bunch of thread. I bought 6 baggies. And they're on these beautiful wooden spools. So like, it's not even just the thread itself, which of course I collect. You've seen my sewing room, like I have thread everywhere. But these are beautiful vintage wooden spools with all these different gorgeous colors. Tons of pinks, which are my favorites anyway. And then some neutrals and gray, blue. And then this one, these are not on beautiful wooden spools, they're on cardboard spools, but there's a lot of thread here. So just like, I just thought these were a great deal. This was $12 for like a bazillion spools of thread. A bazillion here meaning like 30 spools of thread. But still, very pleased with this. I know this was a quick one, but that's what it was. It was a small festival. So I hope you enjoyed my account of my beautiful fall day at the Little York Fiber Festival. And I hope you check back to the channel to see all of the upcoming Fiber Festival content I have here, because there's a lot and I would absolutely love to share it with you. So subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you liked the video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, I'll let you out.